Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Sneakers and Sold Sides. I'm Angel Bellino with DeNova Realty. For the month of August, we're going to be talking about how to prepare to buy in a competitive market. I talked all last month about the market in Florida and how crazy it is and how there's a multiple offer situation on almost all of my buyers' offers. I want to prep everybody and help you with some tools to get you started. Now, I know that most of you start looking at houses and you start on that website that starts with a Z. When you go onto Zillow and you start looking at houses, there's always those agents on the side that they tell you to contact an agent, and there's always these agents on the sides. Those are agents that paid for leads through Zillow, so you can contact one of those and they're going to contact you and ask you when you want to go see that house. Now, some of you may have just been in quarantine for a really long time and you're just looking at houses because you're bored, and then you finally see that house in your neighborhood that's like, oh, I want that house. So you decide to go and contact a Zillow lead or a Zillow agent and tell them that you want to see that house. Well, I'm here to prepare you so that you are ready for the crazy roller coaster you're about to go on when you contact any agent. Now, my first word of advice is when you are looking at any houses and you think that you might be ready to look, hire a buyer's agent. And by hire, I don't mean that you have to pay them. In the state of Florida, buyer's agents are free to you. Sellers pay their commission. So hiring an agent, find the one you want. Don't worry about who's getting paid what because you're not paying them. So find the one that you are comfortable with, the one that is going to guide you. You want to remember that in this competitive market, you want someone that's really good at negotiating and guiding you through to make sure that you are comfortable with the price, but also that it's going to give you the house that you want. So that's my first tip of advice, is to hire an agent. The agent will not only find you the houses that you're looking for in your criteria, and if it is just one house that you found and it's just something that you want to go see, then, go ahead and see that house. But it may give you the itch to want to go and see more and realize that, okay, there's stuff out there that I might want to go see. My number two, and this is what I always start with when I'm talking to new people, is go and get pre-qualified. This is 100 reasons why you want to get pre-qualified. So many times I have buyers come to me and say, I don't know what I pre-qualify for. Well, you don't live in the price of the house. You live in your monthly payment. So as much as a lender is going to tell you that you can pre-qualify up to $300,000, if you're not comfortable with the payment at $300,000, then you could be pre-qualified for whatever you want, as long as you are comfortable with the monthly payment, because that is what you live in. You don't worry about the price of the house. So every house is going to be different. Some taxes are higher, some taxes are lower. Some of them have HOAs they have to be in. Some of them are in a situation where you have to have high insurance. So your monthly payment is going to fluctuate a ton depending on where you're looking. And knowing that before you start looking is a huge advantage, because then you know where you want to be when you find the house you want and be able to make the offer. When I recommend a lender, I always recommend that you get a nice rapport with them, so you can say to them, this is the house I'm looking at, this is the taxes, and I want to know what my monthly payment is going to be if I put X amount of dollars down. And they should be able to give you an estimate in 20 minutes. I work with lenders that are super responsive because of the fact that we are in such a crazy market, and sometimes you need to know the answers to that before you're ready to put an offer in. And I'm writing up the offer as we're waiting for that calculation, because that is what people want to know before they put an offer in. What am I going to be paying for the next 30 years monthly? My second word of advice is to be prepared to compete with other offers. Go into it knowing that there may be other offers. There may not be, but you want to be competitive with your offer. You don't want to just throw an offer at the wall and expect someone to respond to it. You want to know that it may or may not get accepted. You don't want to just say, well, I'd be happy, whatever, my dog is going crazy. Rue, stop. So that's my I think third tip. My fourth tip is to be prepared to move quickly. I know you guys have all heard the cheesy thing, if you love it, then you should have put an offer in it, or the quote that says something about, and I'm gonna botch this, so don't quote me. The one that says something about the home went to the person that saw it yesterday and slept on it the day before, and you didn't get. I don't know what it is. I'm botching it, but you know what I'm saying. You want to be able to move quickly. And I know it is super stressful, and it is the biggest purchase that you're going to make in your lifetime or multiple lifetimes. But I know you don't want to make a really quick decision on a home, but if you love the home, you have to think to yourself, am I going to be okay losing out on this by sleeping on it? And also something that I tell all of my clients, if you love this and you think you want to put an offer in on it, let's put an offer in on it, and you have 3 days before you have to give in your escrow deposit. If you decide tomorrow, I can't do this, we could back out. It's very easy. So and you also have the inspection period. If you get it inspected and you're still feeling like, oh no, let's start looking again, you have the opportunity to back out. It's a simple procedure. And it gives you time to like think it over, but also it's yours in the meantime. So if you decide, okay, yeah, I want to move forward, you didn't miss out on it to somebody else. Number 5, sorry. You want to be prepared to offer over list price. Now, this is not always the case, but this is why you want to look at houses in a range of prices, because if you find a house and you're only pre-qualified up to $300 and it's $199 and you really want this house, and I say, well, they already have offers in on it, you don't really have a lot of wiggle room as far as where you can offer. So just keep that in mind when you start to look. And there are certain price points that are way more populated, so those houses are going way quicker. Obviously, the multi-million-dollar ones are not always going as quickly in Brevard County, but some of them are. I have a friend that works with me that has a investor that was looking for a property in the $1 million range, and she was in a multiple offer situation. So it happens. It's not as rare as everyone thinks it is. So be prepared ahead of time. Knowing your facts, knowing your finances, and knowing what you're comfortable with is going to help you with way less stress than if you find the house you want and then all of a sudden realize, oh, I'm not pre-approved for that much, or oh, I'm not comfortable with that monthly payment, or oh, I'm not even ready to put an offer in, but I really love this house, and what if it's not there when we're ready? Be ready before you go and look at the houses. So here's my little recap. Hire a buyer's agent. And by hire, I mean find one that you love, because you're not paying for them. So you know that they're going to be working for you hard. Know going into it that the person that is on your side of the transaction is going to be working the hardest for you. They're going to be guiding you. They're going to be protecting you, which is my biggest thing I tell all my buyers is, I'm here to protect you. I'm not here to push you into a home that you're not comfortable with, because 10 years down the road that you hate, or you're in a situation I'm going to feel guilty about that. So find an agent that is going to guide you and keep you on the right path. Number 2, prepare to submit a pre-approval. These come with all of your offers. When you put an offer in, they're going to want to see a pre-approval letter. So submit one, get it from a lender. If you are looking for a lender, I have so many good ones in Brevard County that I can recommend, and they are all super responsive. So if you are confused or you need help, I also have a buyer's guide that will help you through this. If you want this, it gives you all the pages and tells you exactly the path you're going to take when buying, and it helps you know what's happening, what you're going to owe, and all of that. Number 3, be prepared to compete with other offers, and that goes hand in hand with be prepared to move quickly. Just know if you schedule an appointment and I come to you before that appointment and say there's other offers on the table, know that those offers are going to be accepted within 24 hours. So if you're going to see it and you're not going to be able to decide within 24 hours, then it's most likely going to go under contract. Number 5, obviously, is be prepared to offer more than list price. Now, that's not always the case. Again, I'm saying this again because I want to make sure that everyone knows that it's not that you're going to go out into this competitive market and just not be able to find a house because there's all these other people snatching up these houses. That is not the case, but it could be the case. So be prepared in advance. I hope that this helps you. If you have any questions or want to get pre-approved, I know that everyone is looking at this like interest rates are super low, so let's get started. But I want you to be so prepared for the market that you're about to embark on. I hate to use that phrase, but it is what it is. If you have any questions, feel free to message me, and I will see you next week.